All right, so most of the Ajax stuff that we've done so far is hopefully relatively painless and straightforward on what it is that we're doing. And also, something that's nice to note is if for some reason our JavaScript was not working or Ajax was not working, but the modal was still popping up, and the data would still be going to the same place, right? So if we look at our view, especially for the email sign up, either way, they're going to be actually added into this, which is great. So that actually is the better way to make sure that your emails or at least your Ajax calls are working properly. Now, in some cases, you might want to keep it as just Ajax, but if you're actually sending post data, so like this, you want to make sure that it's going to work either Ajax or just regular HTML, because some people deactivate their JavaScript. So that's just something to note. All right, so now this final thing, we're just going to make this email sign up. We're going to actually add that email that we get. We're going to add it into a model. So let's go ahead and open up our models. And if we scroll down, we could put it into marketing, our marketing information. But realistically, it doesn't kind of make sense to put it into marketing, right? It probably makes more sense to put it into accounts, like email confirmed or user Stripe. It makes a lot more sense to put any user information into accounts. So that's what we'll do, is we'll do class and we'll say email marketing sign up. Now, of course, you could call this newsletter. You could call it whatever you'd like, but I'm looking at this as more of, well, if they're just signing up for marketing, this is what I'm going to be setting it as. You could, again, call it newsletter sign up, but I just want to be very specific personally so I know where this is coming from and also, how effective it is at doing this. Now, you could also set something up like newsletter sign up, or newsletter, let's say newsletter sign up. And then you change the location in here. So you'd actually have a field for location. All right, so this is kind of going to be up to you on how you want this to actually work out. For us, I'm just going to leave it as marketing. Email marketing sign up. Just because, obviously email marketing could also stand for newsletter, but I want it to be very specific to the reason that they're doing it and also the fact that they signed up for email marketing specifically, right? So that's another thing that I want to make note of, is that this is happening for email marketing. It's not necessarily happening for a newsletter, for example, right? Because newsletter doesn't actually encompass email marketing necessarily. All right, so we'll make that as the model. Let me give us some space here. And it's going to be models.model. And we're going to take in the email field. So email equals to models.email field. And we will just say, we don't have to say unique necessarily. So I'm just going to leave it empty. I'm just leave it just like that. And then I'll add a timestamp and an updated. So I'm going to just grab it from another model that we've used. So inside of orders, I'm just going to grab timestamp and updated and put this down here. All right, so we've got our email, timestamp updated. And we could even add in confirmed. So a confirmed email address, just like email confirmed, because confirming this email is a little different than email confirmed, right? This has to do more with them authenticating and logging in, where this is going to confirm whether or not this is their actual marketing email address, right? So we can send out a confirmation email of some kind to confirm that they signed up at least into email marketing. They perhaps didn't sign up as a registered user yet, which is fine too. So I'm going to leave that out for now because I don't want to get it too complicated at this point. But I will keep it as a note for later. But to do email confirmation, we could do it the same way as we did with email confirmed. It's just going to be slightly different, and it's going to do is have some sort of string that's going to activate the email saying that it's email. It's not going to actually activate a user account necessarily, but also here is somewhere where we could convert them into creating a user account from their email marketing sign up. So that's another thing to note as well. All right, so all I'll do now is define the Unicode and return a string of self.email. All right. And now we just close out our server, Python manage.py, schema, migration, accounts --auto, and then Python manage.py, migrate. And of course, you could have just done migrate accounts, but it did migrate, and that does all of them. Run the server again. So now in our marketing view, we need to import this one. So above the relative import, we'll do from accounts.models, import email. I had a long name for it, email marketing signup. And down here, we can do new signup equals to email marketing signup.objects.get. We could do get or create. Let's do get or create and say email is equal to email. So get or create, of course, will make sure that this email is unique. Or we could just do create. Because if they actually enter their email in several times, we should probably take note of that, right? Because especially that means that we're probably not sending them enough stuff very often, or it's just not coming through to them, or whatever. Like there might be some reason that somebody would be sending their email multiple times. So I want to actually take note of it. Now, of course, when you actually sign them up, like if we confirm it, then we might want to rethink on how we're going to confirm any particular email itself. But that's something I'll worry about in another time. But for now, if somebody's constantly updating their email or adding a new email on there, that is something that I want to take note of, even if it's not their end email that they're going to be using as their user, right? So it might not be that email at the end, but if they send up 10 email addresses or the same email address 10 times, then there's probably something going on with our system that's wrong, which is something we would want to take note of, and this would help us know that. Granted, they also might send us a message or something like that. But now that we have this, it's actually our job is done for the email signup. This allows them to opt in to the email, and it does it in a way that's not too intrusive, and then also it will prevent them from seeing it again until they, especially if they log in, it will prevent them from seeing it again. And then if they leave their session or something like that, then they'll also see it again. All right, so now that we've got that, we need to test this out, but before I actually can test it out, I want to add the email marketing signup into the accounts admin. So I'm just going to import this as well and do admin.site.register and email marketing signup. I'm also going to make a custom model for this. So class email marketing signup admin, admin.model admin. I believe I said a custom model. I meant customized admin. And I'll do class meta model equals to that. And above here, I'll do list display equals to, we'll do Unicode, and we'll do timestamp. Give us some space here. There we go. All right, so now email marketing signup should work. Let's go ahead and take a look in the admin. You might have to restart the server or actually log in before it actually shows up. So we see email marketing signups. We look at this. If I added one, I just say coding at Gmail. Let's just do that. Hit save. And there we go. So we got our timestamp as to when it happened. All right, so now let's go ahead and test it out in our actual service. I'm going to log out, do a refresh in here, give it a few seconds to actually pop up the modal itself, and there it is. And I'll do coding for entrepreneurs at Gmail, hit submit. It went away. Hopefully that means it was successful. So let's log in again in our admin and email marketing signups, and there it is. And it signed up right after, right? And again, if we log out and log in again, or not log in again, but log that same email again. I'm going to let it load for a second. Cool. So it adds it again. Hit submit. log in again, check it out, and there we go. So now it will definitely take note of every time the same email address is sent in there, because you might have made a glitch somewhere, or maybe you didn't send them a follow-up email fast enough or something like that. So that is something that will work too. Then again, they would also have to know that their session has to end, and they would also maybe have to log out or something like that in order for that to actually work. But it works for now. It works good enough for us at this point. And then our base, I do want to change where the modal location is a little bit. I want to make it up a little higher than that, so I'm going to put it at 15%. I just kind of noticed that it just doesn't look that great how it is. So let's go back home, do a little refresh here. Hopefully it comes up where it's a little bit higher up there. That's pretty good. That's about probably where a mouse would be a lot of times anyway, or at least their eyes will probably be there depending on how the site is. And again, we can test it one more time. And do notice if I hit submit really quickly, it shows that message and it does say success. So that's it. And that's saving the email addresses. And we have quite a bit of stuff for marketing now. And we're pretty much getting close to the point of we need to actually finish off taking orders and having checkout and all that process done. So we will start to work on that in the next one.